This week on the Shadow Path Diabolus podcast, we will be giving you a few tips to help you find direction and focus in your spiritual work. One of the things we often see among Diabolists, especially young Diabolists, is that they seem to be lost and without direction, which is understandable when you consider how many opinions there are on what diabolism is. When you are feeling lost or disconnected from your spiritual path, it is usually because you either have not created or you have stopped doing the one that you previously practiced. Our first recommendation, then, is to start with simple daily prayer, either once in the morning or once in the evening. You can light a candle that you feel most represents either Satan or any other demonic spirit that you would like to work with. Etch their name into a candle with a heated needle and dress the candle with an oil that you feel is the most appropriate for the work. Then say a prayer asking the Spirit to reveal itself to you and give you their guidance. Second, start a magical journal. Write down those things that you consider to be diabolic principles. Once you have written down a list of principles that you consider to be diabolic, strive to live by them on a daily basis. Thirdly, read texts that are diabolic in nature and inspire you to be your best self. Remember that diabolism is not about self-destruction and not about egotism. It is about worshiping the demonic gods and being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Strive to be someone that brings honor to both yourself and to the gods. Fourthly, when you are choosing potential mentors or people to work with, be careful of those who claim to be practicing occultists on the internet, because many of them do not practice diabolism or magic, nor do they live by it. Most of them are keyboard warriors and cosplay magicians who have never performed or even witnessed the rituals that they talk about. If you follow the advice of an occultist, make sure it is someone who practices and lives by the principles that they claim to follow, and remember, first and foremost, to be true to yourself and your own nature. And don't allow anyone else to convince you to do anything that you feel would offend the demonic gods. Once you decide what your core principles are, based on Diabolonian philosophy, look to set goals for yourself on the basis of those principles. Make sure these goals for your life are in harmony with your true nature and the will of the gods as you currently understand them. Remember, your understanding of the gods' wills may change as you become more familiar with their ways. Shadow Path. Diabolism is a rather eclectic religion, and we use a variety of tools in order to achieve our work for the devil. Not only do we use devotional rituals and ceremonial magic, but we are also strong believers in personal development and the application of pagan philosophy and goal setting. We believe that Satan gave us free will and personal autonomy, so we have a responsibility to use the intellect that Satan gave us in order to achieve our goals. Followers of the Shadow Path tradition are individuals who believe in keeping one foot firmly planted in the material world and the other firmly planted in the spiritual world. So our daily practices and ritual work tend to not only have a spiritual component, but also a practical and worldly component. For example, we may do a ritual to ask for Satan's guidance in our life, but then we will also take the time to write down the goals for our life and ask Satan to guide us in constructing a plan to fulfill those goals. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. May Satan be with you. If you like this video and would like to hear more content like this, please like the video and subscribe to our channel.